Taking the Heat from The Memoirs of an Olive Tree by E.B. Vargas. Imagine your best friend moving away, finding your favorite toy broken, and stubbing your toe, all on the same day. Terrible. You might be tempted to ask, why me? Ollie, the olive tree, remembers a certain golden ring who went through even worse and terrible tough times. We also glory in our sufferings because we know that suffering produces perseverance, perseverance character, and character hope. Romans 5:3 NIV. The refiner's fire, suffering. The shoulders of the old-timer were stooped over the rock pile inside the mountain cavern. Swinging his pick, his hands blistered from the grip. Looking for gold. The work was long and tiring. It seems the old-timer had been prospecting for gold in this mine since time began. But look again. Emerging from the broken rock was a shining streak of gold. Pay dirt! Encouraged, the old-timer continued hammering, growing his pile of ore. The old-timer made sure to secure all the broken ore in a safe place. By the end of many back-breaking days, he had a sizable pile. Now would come the refining fire. So many crushed and broken rocks. To look, how could anyone believe there was value in this dusty old pile? But the old-timer knew what he was looking for. He placed it portion by portion in a crucible. This container could take the heat, and boy, was the fire turned up, even to melt rock! But an amazing thing happened as the fire burned. All the elements that were of no value miraculously separated and floated to the surface. The old-timer took a tool to skim off all those ugly impurities and dross. Stirring and skimming, skimming and stirring, the old-timer continued, in spite of the heat and danger from standing so close to the flames. The heat was turned up even more intensely. Now the old-timer could finally begin to see his smile reflected in the remaining glimmer of gold. Each time he skimmed off the dross, his reflection was less and less distorted. Finally, he knew the gold was pure. Liquid gold! The possibilities! This gold was worthy of someone very special. But for now, the gold was simply poured into a long, narrow mold. Off the heat, it didn't take long for the gold to cool. The old-timer took out another hammer, this time for shaping the soft metal. Pounding and molding, and with more heat from a smaller flame, and then buffing, the gold went through what seemed a torturous ordeal. What a marvelous ring he had formed! It looked like a circle with prongs poking up. There was still another step in making this ring. The old-timer brought out a beautifully painted, yet small ceramic box. He opened the lid. There was a little cushion of soft, deep velvet on which a diamond sparkled. With tiny tweezers, the old-timer placed the diamond among the prongs, bending them to make sure the diamond was safe and secure. With a final polishing, the ring shone brilliantly. Such a fine ring, of course, caught the eye of the prince of all the land. With it he declared his true love to the fairest princess. Prince and princess lived happily ever after, and the beauty of the ring was spoken of far and wide. But for the first time, the gold decided to speak to his new friend, the diamond. "Just imagine the wonder of it all," he said. "I thought I was happy inside a mud-encrusted rock on the mountain. But an old-timer took me from my dark place, crushed away with a hammer, and then boiled me for hours in intense heat. I've been beaten, pounded, and molded, and have known much pain. And to think that now I am honored. Today I rest on the delicate hand of the fair princess." The diamond just winked. "You wouldn't believe what I went through to get here. But that's another story." Visit memoirsofAnOliveTree.com. Enjoy the entire series, including easy-to-read explanations for children, lesson plans for teacher, parents, crafts, games, songs, and more.